Yeah, super interesting. Everyone is a survival expert these days, especially with the blackout in Spain and the survival kits promoted across Europe and so many other things going on. Everyone is now interested in survival and preparedness, and I think that's great, but it's also quite dangerous because there's people giving bad advice out there. Guys, welcome to a more survivalist channel, and if you honestly want to learn more about survival and preparedness, I've been doing this for many years. I have some of the best-selling books on the topic in English, Spanish, and French. And the advice I'm giving you here may be very important in some emergency, which is don't buy these horrible, terrible flashlights. They honestly suck. You will be much better served by a basic little flashlight that uses a single AA or AAA battery than this thing. I mean, it sounds good in theory because, wow, yeah, I can charge it with this thing. And that's awesome. I have a radio, I have a flashlight, and I don't even have to buy batteries. I just charge it. Well, the reality is this, that even if you give it a long wind, you're still looking at something that is a product that is usually of very questionable quality. In general, these are not very well made. Not only that, the lithium battery or whatever rechargeable battery it has inside tends to be of terrible quality too. And it simply does not hold charge. Look, time flies when you're looking at preparedness, equipment and gear, even food. You know perfectly well this if you've been doing this for a long time, how quickly things expire. Oh, but this has a 5-year expiration date. That is fantastic. 5 years go by like that. The day in which you need this, which may be 5-10 years down the road, or tomorrow, you just don't know. But when that happens, you realize that, oh, but this thing, wow, it actually doesn't work. And it's a very weak light. And it's actually a terrible light that I have. Even if I give it a quick wind, this lasts for what? How long does this last? Well, all of these things, you don't want to deal with any of this during an emergency. You don't want to deal with this when you are in the dark and your family is scared. You want a flashlight that actually works properly without any fuzz, and you have hours worth of light in this tiny thing. My advice is quite simple, very common sense, and it just works in most of the situations in which you may find yourself in, which is have at least one good little flashlight. I'm not talking about buying hundreds or dozens of flashlights. If you don't have anything else, don't go and buy this thinking, oh, I'm covering radio, flashlight, I don't even need batteries anymore because it's like that. Right? Well, that is a horrible idea. Buy yourself a pack of batteries, buy yourself a tiny flashlight that uses a single AAA battery, right? Something like this. It could be Phoenix, like this model, something that uses a single AAA battery from TrueNight, from Olight, whatever recognized brand is out there that has a reputation to look after, that's what you want to invest in. Just a tiny little bit of money. It's going to be 10, 15 bucks. I'll actually leave a few links below if you're interested in buying some of this stuff that I'm talking about here. But this is the kind of thing that when you need it, it actually works. I'll go an extra step and suggest you do the following. Don't just go and buy a tiny little flashlight like this one. Actually carry it with you in your keychain at all times. It really is not that expensive. It really is not all that bulky, and you will be using it all of the time. You wouldn't believe how often. This is by far the most, after so many years, after 2 decades of doing this, the comment I've heard the most is, wow, I actually started following your advice about carrying a flashlight with me. I use it all the time. I don't know how I'd live without that thing. It is even more so than a pocket knife. It's crazy, but people are fascinated by, wow, I actually have the power to make daylights in the dark. That is amazing. And yes, it is. You don't want to be dealing with that thing in an emergency. Have this in your keychain. This will also go so as to help you if you're caught in a blackout or whatever emergency when you're out and about. This is now part of your EDC, given that it's stuck in your keychain, and it will be there when you need it the most and no one has a flashlight with them. This tiny little flashlight will last for hours running on a single AAA battery. This thing will drive you nuts if you have to go for hours in the dark, okay? Now, if you already have one of these or if you just want to buy, my advice would be the following. If you're going to go with one of these things, at the very least, go with one that has a compartment so as to actually work with batteries as well. So this one has the solar panel thing, which, yeah, not great. The dynamo cranking system, not great either, but it also has a compartment for batteries. So you can put 3 AAA batteries and this thing will work, right? Horrible as it is, look at that light. right? But it will work because it has batteries. This is something that will help you greatly in a moment of emergency. Remember that don't leave the batteries in this thing, keep them apart because they may leak and ruin the flashlight for you. But compare that light with this light. There's no comparison. Look at this thing, look at this. You don't want to have this crap. You want to trust this, which is going to be much better. Okay, guys, if you want to learn more about all of this stuff, you have the channel, as I said before, with a ton of information, and you have the books in the links there below.